I'm Victor Devon,
I'm Petra Fried
and this is Tonight.
on Murder, She Wrote.
And there is a piece of scripture next to her that she's written in her own hand.
In her own hand, that's like a Photoshop script.
If she had dedicated her life to calligraphy, she'd still be alive. If you undress him, full Robin Williams,
Was he wearing around his neck?
under that nest of chest hair, the Celtic cross.
Uh-huh. You could barely see it in there.
There's an Eileen Brennan fan club set
This is
now.
basically the Eileen Brennan hour.
There's a mania and yet such a controlled ability.
Yeah, it's like a crazy-eyed elegance. She keeps it on the track, but it's teetering to either side the whole time, right? And you're never quite sure if it's going to fall off the track or burst into flames.
Tonight on Murder, She
Paper
Wrote.
says I don't care what anybody says. Sister Emily did not kill herself.
How dastardly.
Dastardly
Oh.
indeed.
Hey, I'm Victor Devon,
Oh, hey, I'm Petra Fried.
and this is
This is Tonight
Tonight
on
on
Murder, She Wrote.
Oh, so good.
Oh,
And
so
this
good. We've
is
been waiting for this one for a
we
bit,
have because
haven't
this
we?
is one of my very favorites, actually.
hmm
You know,
One of our
um,
top-notch guest stars, honestly. That's the allure here.
yeah. This
Yeah.
is Old Habits Die Hard, episode 4 of season 4, and what a delight.
Oh yeah. Victor, we haven't
But before
recorded
we
in a
get into
while.
it,
It feels like we haven't talked in weeks, and I think that's true, actually.
it is. I was in Vegas, and then I was in Boise, then I was in Vegas, and then I came
hmm
home and has still not quite gotten my schedule. I feel like I've been off for like many months in my
Yeah.
head, and a
It's really
lot of
just
that
like a
I
week
can
and a half.
say. Uh, well, a lot of that I can still. I mean, it's sad, but I can still cite that with the loss of the cat because my
Oh,
every
yeah.
day was interrupted, and I've just never adapted to a new schedule.
The routine
So,
was disrupted. The anticipation
you
of
know,
that steady thing every
the
day. Yeah.
motivation of then having to get up anyway. Yeah.
hmm I'll tell you, if my cat
Anyway.
didn't destroy me in the morning looking for breakfast, I might never get up.
Mhm.
So I get it. I get it. Anyway, it's good to
Yeah.
see
So
you
what's going
again, my
on?
dear. Oh, you know. Oh, you know.
You know.
Just doing some things. I did have a film that I saw that I wanted to talk about before we get
Yeah.
going. And I feel like I'm very late to the party here. I'm sure by the time this is released, everyone will have seen this movie, but I have to just mention that I saw Obsession a few days ago. Did
Ooh.
you see it yet?
I've not. It is very
Ooh.
difficult for me to get to a theater in time to see a movie these days.
Yeah, honestly. Kind of same,
There are
even though I do
three that I
nothing.
want to see. Obsession is one of them. Backrooms is one of them,
hmm
and I Love Boosters is one of them. And I don't know if I'll get to see any of them in theaters.
Oh, yeah. Well, Obsession has
Yeah.
been doing so well. They actually had a streaming date release or a digital date release that they postponed because they want to keep it in
Oh,
theaters because it's performing so well. And yeah, I, I saw it and it listen, getting me to
walk me
sit
through it. Walk me through
still
it.
for a few hours to watch something, particularly
Mm.
something that I don't know anything about, is really trying. I am so antsy. I can't sit still. I can't focus. I need to get up about 5 times. There must be some neuro spiciness going on there. But I have to say, it blew me away. It blew me away. And horror movies, like, I feel so precious about sometimes because I want a horror movie in particular to be good. Other things, like, I'll settle for if it's mediocre, but if it's horror, I want it to be good or trash.
Hmm.
And I want to be able to
Hmm.
trash it.
Hmm.
This
Yeah.
was exceptional. And it just really blew me away, particularly the lead performance by Inde Navarrete. I'm not sure if I said that
Mm.
correctly, but she plays Nikki. She's the girl who becomes obsessed, if you will. But what I really loved about the movie, and again, I think almost everyone has seen it at this point, but it has to do with kind of like what men want of women. So there's like some sort of, baked in misogyny and what men think they deserve or how they
Mm.
project what they want onto women. I thought that was a really interesting theme. And it also has kind of a supernatural vibe to it because it involves, and this is no secret, I think if you watch the preview, you'll understand this. It involves making a wish about a
Hmm.
girl being so much in love with you, right? There's a supernatural sort of witchy element to it. But what I really like about this movie is that it doesn't over explain that. It doesn't get into the lore and the backstory and all this nonsense that frankly makes horror less horrifying. It lets it sort of exist as it is, and we
Mm.
and we follow the movie in the present, and what's happening in the present is what's important. We don't care
Yeah.
about why the wish may have turned out
It's
this
what? That's
way.
that's the MacGuffin, right? That's just the plot
Kind
device
of. It's
moving us
just the plot
forward. Yeah.
device. But what's really great about the movie is that it's so viscerally present, and the moment that wish is made, the tone shifts in such a
Hmm.
noticeable but subtle way. And I just thought it was such excellent filmmaking. It does get a little gruesome at some points, but also in a way that felt deserved and earned.
Hmm.
I don't love movies with a lot of gore or violence or things like that. And there's one sequence in particular that is disturbingly grotesque. However, it was so effective and used so sparingly that I thought it was really, really cool. I mean, it was like Kill Bill level of violence, right? And
Hmm.
so when it gets to that point, or almost like Evil Dead level of violence, which when it gets to that point, there is something almost charming about it
Hmm.
and funny about it and provocative in a like, oh my god, I can't believe they just did that. But because it's used sparingly, it really works. And I just thought it was such a brilliant movie. I hope you get a chance to see it. I hope anybody who wants to see it gets a chance to see it. I was really blown away.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hope. I mean, I will at some point get to it. I might have to wait till streaming only because just scheduling wise.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is technically I do spend significant stretches by myself because the husband works outside of the house and I work from within the house. And so therefore my schedule is technically flexible enough where I could just go to the movies during the day if I chose to.
Right.
But I've never, and not since I was a teenager have I like gone to the movies by myself. And I'm not like opposed. It just doesn't often occur to me, even in things
Yeah.
that I know that the husband has no interest in. Like it
Right.
just,
Like, well, I guess I'll wait for that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a part of me that if I rewired things a bit, I think I could probably do that on a pretty regular basis.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm afraid of that becoming just the go-to to avoid any
Right.
home life.
Actual work.
But yeah,
I know what you mean.
and it's
I'm not afraid
expensive
to go to a movie by
too.
myself. Well, so I saw a matinee, and it was only $6.50 for the ticket, and I was like, "Come on, bring it on! Why am I not going to
Oh.
matinees every day?"
Yeah,
So
this is
I
the
might
thing.
change my tune. I might go see things because there's a few other things in theaters that I want to see. I want to see Backrooms. We sort of mentioned that before we started
Hmm.
recording. I want to see Evil Dead, the next Evil Dead incarnation. What is it called? Evil Dead Burn, I think.
Okay.
I love the Evil Dead franchise, so I'm here for that. And I still haven't seen The Devil Wears Prada 2, which feels like a crime.
Nor have I.
I know.
Yeah. It's again, if the husband and I don't have like an immediate, if we don't have availability, one,
Yeah.
it usually has to be on a weekend or stretch of time where he doesn't have work. And then we both have to both have the same, either like, yeah, we'll go see that, who cares? Or
Yeah.
an interest, like a direct interest. Sometimes we do use movies to just get out of the house. You know,
Sure.
particularly, and I have a feeling that will happen again this summer when it gets really freaking hot
Oh
because
yeah.
that is absolutely one of the methods to combat this. But we have a lovely Plaza Theater by us. I don't know why we don't take advantage of it more often.
Yeah, I have a cute one that's just a few miles down the road. It has a little bistro. I can order some food, have a nice cocktail if I want.
Oh,
Isn't that
all
nice?
right.
Wouldn't like a 2 p.m. cocktail sound great to you on a Wednesday
Like right
matinee?
now, you know what?
Yeah.
It's
Why I'm
12:30.
not
I'm ready right
drinking as
now.
we speak, I don't know. You know what?
I think
Hold on a second. Let me get out the bullet.
I think we're edging further away from the movie. But yes, I think we're.
Maybe we'll just stay at home. Maybe I'll
Oh,
break out that joint too. Who knows?
oh. Yeah, I think that yeah, there's a couple of films you mentioned, Obsession, Backrooms. I still haven't seen Devil, but that I think I would comfortably watch at home pretty
Yeah.
easily. God, what was was Wicked really the last movie I saw in theaters? That seems impossible.
Before Obsession, it was mine. Wicked for Good in December.
Jeepers. It would
So
have been
I feel
January
you.
for me, so yeah, I
Yeah.
think it may have
Yeah.
been.
I used to be such a moviegoer. I used to subscribe
Yeah.
to Entertainment Weekly. I would read it from cover to
Yes.
cover. I would even
Yes.
Premiere magazine, some of the dumpy ones, and I would be first in line on opening night to see some of these films. And I don't know what
Yeah.
happened. I think I just got old, but it's not as
Priorities
easy to get out
change.
to the theater anymore. But I want to change that. I'm making a
Yeah.
mid-year resolution to see more films because
I do watch a lot at
there's such a
home.
part of like what we
But
do, right, is talk about movies and media and performances and things like that. And it's
yeah.
so funny I don't prioritize it more. I think it's too easy with streaming services not to, frankly.
Well, I
But
mean, but in streaming services that said, I mean, I do watch a movie almost every day, almost every night now, because if we're
yeah.
talking streaming. A variety of quality because the husband and I enjoy riff tracks. We enjoy, cheesy movies. We enjoy
Hmm.
some classics that we haven't gotten around to if it suddenly pops up. But I mean, for example, so I posted this on the Murder She Wrote Pod Instagram. Murder She Wrote just left Tubi,
It
and
did.
so one of
Tragic.
the reasons this drives me crazy is that what will happen when that happens is invariably a number of people will comment or not in our thread because we're not popular to have commenters. But what will happen is if you say something, people are like, oh, this is why I have physical media. I'm like, and that's terrific. But you have to understand that physical media is a privilege. It is also a way that movie studios and studios in general gatekeep material. I am from an era, as are you, where Walt Disney would keep things in the vault every 20 years and then release things. There's
Mm,
a frustration in how even physical media is maintained. And a lot of things don't come with DVD players these days. And like this laptop, for example, we're watching Murder She Wrote together today because I have an external DVD player that
right.
I'm plugging into my computer
Yeah.
that we can watch at the same time. Um, and the idea of using something like buying it on Amazon, you and I can't watch that at the same time
No.
because of the compliance issues. There's a bunch of stuff like that. And I want people to enjoy these things. I want these things to be accessible. It's not just about me. So it drives me a little crazy when things that I think are of intrinsic value are removed.
Oh, I know.
It's
It
not just
was
about
really
me having it on
disappointing
DVD.
about Tubi. I mean, because
It was disappointing about it going off Peacock.
truly. So
Peeved.
it's on Prime now, but I don't know where else you can get it unless you just buy it. I don't even know if
It
all the
was
seasons are on
supposed to
Prime.
be on the Hallmark Channel, as I
Yeah,
understand it.
yeah,
I don't know if that fell through. I don't know if they're waiting for some big announcement. Maybe they were waiting for
right.
Tubi to get discontinued with their rights before they added it.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll get some big Thanksgiving announcement,
Hmm.
but it's frustrating. And I don't like this Easter egg hunt for
No.
media. I don't enjoy it.
Yeah. It's comforting
And
to know that we both now have access to the whole series on our own devices and we can still
yes,
talk about the show. But
yes.
we want our listeners to be able to find it wherever they can and follow along and enjoy the fun. And so,
If we point something out and they want to go take a look at it, it's harder for them to go find it now.
right, right. I mean,
And that's
rue
frustrating.
the day Golden Girls is off of Hulu because I now rely on my Hulu for Golden Girls. What am I going to do? I guess pull out the
It's going to
DVDs,
be
right?
well, and that also is that doesn't travel well. And let me tell you, I told you how thick this collection of Murder She Wrote, the full collection is.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah.
huge. It's obscene. It's obnoxious. But it doesn't it's those scratch there's always going to be a possibility of a player not function like I don't know.
Hmm.
It shouldn't be so
It will
hard.
eventually become obsolete, unfortunately.
Right. So
Yeah.
all that makes me want to do is just rip the hell out of these DVDs
Yeah.
and have them on a drive,
Yeah.
which technically would be piracy.
Right.
So great, guys. Well done. All you've done is encourage piracy by making things unavailable. I don't know what to tell you. People will buy shit. People will buy shit. People will stream shit. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, I'll pay my Netflix bill, right? Put it up.
And for anyone who
Let me
says, "Oh, but
watch.
Tubi's free," no, it is not. Tubi is not free. we pay with our tracking and we pay with our eyes because they have advertisements.
That's right.
They still get compensated.
We have to
So,
pay for all of it.
yeah.
Unless it's truly pirated, we pay for it somehow. Anyway,
Anyway,
soapbox moments. Um, Speaking of commenters
let's
and our listeners,
yes.
I did want to on our YouTube we got a few more comments. One from Sponge V, who was talking about our dear Christopher Tabori and how they had a crush. That wait, so this actor playing Carlson, that's Chris Tabori, is my 70s 80s TV's heartthrob. He guested in every show of the era. You're bringing lots of joy, etc., etc.
Oh,
Which I
very
thought was so
lovely.
sweet. We love Chris Tabori too. Oh
We do.
my
He's been our hot
God.
man, our hot guys of Murder She Wrote a few times.
Definitely.
And husband and I, as we're rewatching season one of Murder She Wrote, just finished. That we're off to kill a wizard. So it's nice
Mm,
to see him in there in his black turtleneck.
his first appearance. And then
Indeed.
one of our listeners, Mega Skunk, was also sort of laughing about the Jerry Orbach backdoor pilot episode, saying that the episode was like, "Why are reading Rainbow Batman and Law and Order on Murder She Wrote?" And I just love it. I love the
Yeah.
crossover. It's so much fun. It brings me giddy glee.
Uh-huh. Yeah. And that's the thing to us, is like in the days of like the Law and Order Emmy grab, or how like The Simpsons, every episode has to have be punctuated by a celebrity guest,
Hmm.
or how everything's a special appearance these days, these actors, a lot of whom would never get a special guest star credit
Yeah.
because they are character actors.
Hmm.
The fact that they all get to shine simultaneously is pretty
Pretty
satisfying.
rad, yeah. Well, and
Yeah.
that episode in particular, it was so much fun to bitch about how LeVar Burton was underused and how Adam West was miscast, right?
Yeah, that's true too.
That was the fun of
Yeah.
it.
The true star of that episode is Ernest Borgnine because he's the only one who
Oh,
makes sense in that role.
I know. I know.
But speaking of fabulous guests,
Fabulous guests. It's time to get
our
into it.
episode today, our episode today is Old Habits Die Hard, which is also the nun episode for anyone, the convent episode for those who are unfamiliar with the punnery. It is another episode where we meet an old friend of Jessica, in this case, someone that she went to college, or yeah, college with,
I
high
think that's
school.
right. She went to some school with.
She went to school with. I think it almost makes sense that it was
It was a sorority
like a
sister.
boarding
It was
school,
a sorority sister,
sorority
so it is
sister.
college, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well,
now
I
she's,
think the reason that throws me is because they talk about like some sort of sophomoric hijinks. So I don't think of
yeah,
that as college, but I
yeah.
guess people get into things.
But have you met
Uh,
someone who's a sophomore in college? They are
Frankly,
babies. They
I
are
know
they are little cherubs
a little,
or
little flesh.
ragamuffins. Take your pick.
But so we meet somebody from her past who has gone in a completely different direction, who actually has entered a convent, and is now what, Mother Superior.
She is the Mother
And
Superior. She is our Maggie Smith. Purple
and
Mink Dolores.
all of the events happen to exist around Jessica.
Yeah.
And there's a
She just
lot of fun
happens to be
misdirection.
there, as she oft is.
And thank
Just happens
goodness,
to be
thank
there, yeah.
goodness.
So otherwise,
And
shenanigans would have gone down.
we get a couple of return visitors. We get Clu Gulager, who's
Mm-hmm.
returning from two other episodes. He was in the horse track episode as well as
Mm-hmm.
50 Mile.
Yep.
We get the return of, oh, what's her name? Hang on, let me find her. Evelyn Keyes as Sister Emily,
Sister Emily.
who we previously saw as Edna in Sticks and Stones, the one who hits Jessica with her purse.
Yes.
We get the first appearance of one of my favorite actresses, Eileen Brennan.
Oh,
I'm looking forward to it.
oh my God. I mean,
In such like the fact that she didn't get an Emmy for this episode is
it's crazy.
appalling.
She is in a different show, by the way. Eileen Brennan is in a
Mm,
different show altogether here, and she stands out so. I mean, she is a sore thumb, but I love this sore thumb.
so good.
Let's talk
So
about
good.
it.
Let's get into it.
Let's
All
let's
right.
start, let's start it up.
Tonight on Murder She
Paper
Wrote.
says I don't care what anybody says. Sister Emily did
One
not
of your
commit
nuns committed murder.
murder.
Ah,
This is a very haunted house sort of style story too. Locked doors. It's one of us.
Yeah, yeah. It's another one that's
It's a
sort of
subversion of it, but it does sort of it is born from that idea, right?
if nobody got in and nobody left, how did this happen?
Yeah.
Right, right. And while there are scenes outside to sort of build up the universe,
Hmm.
those are all red herrings,
Oh
frankly.
yeah, yeah.
Um, Fortunately,
Everything
and
important
yeah,
happens within the walls of the convent.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. There's a lot of fun to be had, even outside though, because the conversation between Simpson and his wife is delicious because, oh, she's just
Because
wonderful.
she's delicious. We just have to lay it
Oh,
out.
just
She
have to lay it out.
augments every scene she's in. I mean, I know this is what
Marion
we need to talk
Simpson,
about at the
Eileen
end,
Brennan.
but yeah,
No, let's give credit where credit is due.
let's lather
I've been
on
a
the
big
praise.
fan of Eileen Brennan since Clue, which
Hmm.
is the first film that I ever saw her in. It also happens to be my favorite film. She is also exquisite in Private Benjamin
That's where
and
I
Murder
first
by
saw
Death.
her. Hmm.
She's even really good in Jeepers Creepers, better than she needed to be.
Yeah.
She's a delight in Will and Grace as
Oh,
Jack's acting coach.
I
She
mean,
is despicable in If These Walls Could Talk in her very brief scenes outside the abortion
yeah.
clinic. What a gift. And fabulous singer, the one of the original members of the Hello Dolly. She sang Ribbons Down My Back
Hmm.
with Carol Channing's Hello Dolly. And she sings lovely in The Cheap Detective too, where she does a riff on Casablanca. What a genius.
She's a real Renaissance woman, right? So funny in everything. Even when she's not necessarily supposed to be funny, she has kind of a crazed elegance about her, right?
Hmm.
Crazy-eyed elegance. I think she's so special. I mean, I love her as Zandra in Will and Grace. I think she
Oh
is
yeah.
the highlight
Yeah.
of every episode she's in.
Oh yeah. Well,
Okay, so
in
what's going on
this,
screen here?
well, what? Yeah. Well, I have more notes about Eileen Brennan. When she gets back, I'll share.
Yeah,
So we're outside a convent, and a young nun and an older nun were just verbally accosted by this unbuttoned shirt gentleman.
Mike Phelps. By the way, he's wearing these very 80s blue jeans, and the blue jeans are blue jeansing.
You think that
He,
getup entitles you to mess up everybody's life? Now that's Catholicism in a nutshell, folks.
basically. I
Uh,
mean, these are
I
very
say that as a
idyllic nuns, right? This is a very idyllic Catholic situation, right? Very, very
they're not
pristine,
bad
very
guys here.
virtuous. No, they are the good guys. They are the innocent nuns. They are the innocent angels of
Yeah.
Christ, right? Which I feel is a little uninteresting, frankly. It would have been cooler, as it turns out, if a nun had killed another nun, right? Would have loved that.
I kind of love it this way though,
Yeah,
because
I'm not mad at it because the conclusion we
this gives
get
us what we
is
need.
delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another character, this woman in beige pumps. What are these beige pumps?
They're almost like caramel brown, and they
They
match her
match her
blouse.
stockings. Look at that. They're
Yeah.
like she looks like she's got hooves.
So I actually kind of love this look, I have to say. One of my favorite
Okay.
looks is like a nude pump with a hose so that it almost looks like the leg sort of melts into the floor. I think it's very sexy.
But it's
Extends the
another return
legs, makes
visitor.
the ankle look very dainty. Is she? Where's we seen
She
her
was in Powder
before?
Keg.
Was she the
She was
sister?
yes.
No shit.
Yes,
Why does
she
she seem
is.
dowdier here?
She's still a little crankier. She's just a little bit more, stuff
Hard
going on.
edged. Yeah, she's harder edged. She also she has this sort of Marilyn Monroe, Christy Swanson look to her, but then
Oh
when she
yeah.
speaks, it's like a bulldog.
Oh yeah.
You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah.
She's like,
I
I don't
do.
know what you're talking about.
It's gruff. It's gruff. This woman has seen hard times.
Hmm.
Our Reverend Mother here is Jane Powell, who went to
Hmm.
school with Jessica Fletcher.
Sorority
She's,
sisters, hey.
I gotta say,
Alpha, beta,
and
gamma.
I'm not fully a fan of the Catholic institution, um, But the fact that she is a resistor sister, so if you'll allow me,
Sure.
and she fights against the patriarchy within this episode,
Yeah, the bishop, she
I'm
directly
for.
opposes his
Yeah,
nonsense.
she's insubordinate,
Yeah.
and I
She's kind of
like
spunky too,
that.
right? She's got
Yeah,
some kick in her step.
yeah.
She's fun.
If you were ever just a little squicky about nuns and their complacency within the Catholic system, Philomena will wake you up. Fabulous film with Judi Dench,
Yeah.
particularly about how they handle unwed mothers. Doubt is a really great
Yeah.
um,
Well, because you have in
window.
doubt, you have the contrite nun, and then you have the one who is frankly the ball
Hmm.
buster, right?
I also grew up with Mass Appeal, which is a really important play turned movie. I want to say Jack Lemmon was in, which involves having to handle a homosexual within the ranks of Catholicism. Like, there's a
Hmm.
lot to be said about stuff.
Right.
Um,
And of
but we
course, our
find
most
out
famous
our
nun of all, Whoopi Goldberg.
oh, oh, of course, Sister Act, which was sort of like I feel damage control almost. Like it's almost like if you want, like, it idealizes it in a very specific, like in a let's put on a
Yes.
show kind of way.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? I'm always here for a show. Show
Oh,
business, no
oh, that's a
business like.
the fact that Sister Act is both a screwball comedy and
Yeah.
yet also just like witty and clever and funny and it's a great movie. It's
And
a
kind of
great
like
movie.
an honorary musical, right? Both of them,
Yeah.
frankly.
Yeah.
That
The second one
music
more so.
slaps, baby. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
The second one even I think leans more into it being a
Outdoes
musical.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really
I
special.
was disappointed that the Sister Act musical itself did not use those songs
Baby,
because I felt that they already
baby.
told the story needed.
If I don't
But I
hear
know
I will
everybody
follow him,
loves
I don't want to see it.
I know, but everyone loved that Fabulous Baby song. Every drag queen was
Yeah.
doing that. I think you even did it at one point.
I think I was in like a drag chorus of that, like somebody else sang
It was
the lead,
probably
but I was
Lola
lip
or
syncing in the back, right?
Florence.
That sounds right.
Everyone.
That sounds
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Oh, guess who just showed up?
Oh, look at her in her dusty pink
If
skirt
you
suit.
thought
Oh my God, this outfit. Eileen,
that
Eileen.
Mrs. Peacock doing the well, somebody might as well break the ice because it might as well be me. I'm used to being yeah. It's part of my okay. Used to being a hostess. It's part of my husband's work. It's always difficult when a group of new friends get together for the first time to get acquainted. If you thought that that monologue was an outlier in Eileen Brennan's quality, the monologue she provides, I I love it. Let's get a little bit of it
Let's hear
with
it.
her and
You are Jessica Fletcher, aren't you? Oh, but of course you are. I am Marion Simpson, Mayor Simpson's wife. I can't tell you how delighted we are to have a celebrity of your stature visiting us here in Bergen Falls.
Well, it's very kind of you,
matter
but I'd
as
hardly
other
call
people do.
myself
You're
a
right.
celebrity.
Well, what does it matter
Of
as long as
course
other
I'm
people do,
right.
am I right?
Well, I suppose
Of
it's something.
course I'm right. Why do you suppose I persuaded my husband to speak at the dedication tomorrow? I said to him, Albert, they may be just the little people, but it's the little people who get out and vote, true?
Well, certainly the public.
Of course they do. And in an election year, you can't afford to miss a single opportunity to gather support, don't you think?
Undoubtedly.
Oh, I just knew that we would be simpatico the moment I saw you. I just wish that Mother Superior shared our savvy. Do you know that she actually forgot to invite the Goldsteins? I'm on my way now to straighten this whole thing out.
Well, actually, I think she's very busy right now.
Oh, no. She's never too busy to see me.
Jesus.
Why don't you come along, Jessica? Maybe you could talk sense into
Oh,
Jeez. You
I
know
just
this
had to draw a
woman.
free breath. I do. She tells us everything we need to know about her in those 30 seconds.
Hmm.
And yet there's still more. Like then yet there's still more. An ambitious, driven, just anyone who says ladies auxiliary in the present day is
Oh, geez.
already just like
I'm gonna lean in.
I love it. I love it.
Ladies auxiliary.
Oh, there's a little bit of a I don't know, there's a mania and yet such a controlled um ability in her.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like a crazy-eyed elegance. There's something about
Yeah.
it that she keeps it on the track, but it's teetering to either side the whole
Yes.
time, right? And you're never quite sure if it's going to fall off the track or burst into flames.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
adore her. She's so much fun.
She
She's also, I
storms
love,
into,
like you
yeah.
said, she's telling us everything we need to know about her. She's manipulative, she's forceful, she's going to have her way. She knows how to operate with people. She doesn't give them a moment to even breathe before she bulldozes them. It's such a distinct character choice, right? And she plays this
hmm
part often, right? Frankly, Private Benjamin is not that different.
Yeah, Veronica Benjamin's also really fascinating because she is subservient to her higher ups.
Yeah.
So she does have like a really great, and there's some romance inclination there as well,
Mm-hmm.
which they play with because of course they do. It's an 80s movie. But there's like a deference as well.
Yeah.
And the levels that that provides because she's in charge of Goldie Hawn, so she can be as abusive as she wants.
Yeah.
And yet she's not wrong. Goldie Hawn is
Right.
being insubordinate. She's not
Yeah.
playing by the rules that the army sets. And while I disagree with everything that that institution has, that's the system that she's working with.
Yeah.
And she's
You
behaving
signed
like a
up.
man.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is shortly after Clue. And I want to pause just a second because there's
Yeah.
some important stuff that we have to cover here. She was in a terrible car accident shortly after Private Benjamin,
Yeah.
where she was leaving dinner with Goldie Hawn and she was struck by a car. In fact, in Goldie Hawn's memoir, she depicts or describes basically her being thrown over it.
Oh.
And she had reconstructive surgery, which is why she looks ever so slightly different as Mrs. Peacock than she does as our Private Benjamin character and thereafter. However, for many of us, that's how we think of her. And but if you look at like Murder by Death versus Clue,
Mm-hmm.
not a lot of time has passed by, but it's a very different face. She also went through a great deal of rehabilitation and she survived and came back to work. And Clue was her first movie back. So that alone is sort of like, oh
Wowza.
shit, woman. Yeah.
Yeah.
And doing what a tour de force
The
nonstop performance that
tenacity
is.
of it. Yeah.
So yeah, brilliant,
That's a
brilliant,
big
brilliant.
performance. That's not like a quiet, like subtle slip back into work. That is like full-fledged 1,000 degrees of Eileen Brennan, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean that film already is fairly equal in its characterization. I mean, it's Tim Curry
Mm-hmm.
and the cast, certainly, if you had
Mm-hmm.
to lead and then supporting, but they're
Yeah.
all leads. They're all
You could
leads.
make
There's a
an argument
reason.
for every single one of them that they are the star of that movie.
Uh-huh. And I'm
Every
sure
single
every
one.
single one of them
Martin
is
Mull,
their favorite.
Christopher Lloyd, Tim
hmm
Curry, even smaller characters like Yvette. Like she kind of owns that film in
There's a
certain
reason
ways.
she still gets major
Colleen
billing
Camp. Right.
outside of the other supporting cast,
Yeah.
which includes the cook
Yeah.
and the motorist and things like that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So let's cover some of these details. We got Clu
So
Gulager, who's shown up
yes,
here as a private investigator because Murder She Wrote loves a private investigator,
we
and he's looking
do.
for someone named Linda. Someone has hired him to find this woman named Linda. And Eileen's
And the
character,
only
who
reason
is
we know this is they've walked in on this
right,
conversation because he's talking to our Reverend Mother here,
right. Did we
and
mention
Marion
that
has let slip that she used to live there.
yeah, Marion was a schoolgirl in the convent, and now she is the mayor's wife. I don't know if we mentioned that, but she is the
Yes,
mayor's
yes, she
wife.
mentioned she certainly did.
She certainly did, yes. She won't let you forget it. And it seems like Linda was well acquainted with Sister Emily, who we haven't really met yet. I think we saw her in the beginning in like a montage taking some medicine,
Well, we saw
right?
she was sitting next to our younger nun, our novice, who was getting yelled at
Right,
by
right.
the
Our
yeah,
Sister Mary Patrick nun. That's basically
Mhm.
who she is, right? She even
yeah,
looks like her.
yeah,
That
yeah.
character's name was Sarah. Sarah, and she was the one that
Sarah.
the shirt open blue jeans guy is
She
in
has
love
yet to
with.
take her official
Vows.
orders. I forget vows. That's a word.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she's still a novice. So Claire, our Reverend Mother, says that, oh, maybe you could talk to Sister Emily. She might know this
Hmm.
Linda person. He has this photograph. He describes
Right.
her as well in front of Marion. And Marion's face changes. She's suddenly not the stalwart figure.
Oh,
She's
she looks like
rattled.
she's seen a ghost, right? Look at her
Oh,
grinding her
yeah.
jaw.
Oh, I love it.
It's, I'm
Brilliant. And they
telling you, it's like
linger.
at 1,000. The performance is at 1,000 the whole time. She's not. If you look back at like the time that she's on screen, it's not actually that much, but it feels like it just encompasses the episode.
Well, because she says she's there to talk to Reverend Mother about the invitations for this dedication for this new pipe organ that they're getting. That's the
Yeah,
auspices of this episode.
yeah.
That's why Jessica's
Blah
there.
blah blah.
Okay.
Boring, boring, boring. Right?
Um,
Yeah.
and when our PI is ushered away and she gives this face, we're left to wonder, why is she so rattled? Because why would we make any connection that has anything to do with Linda? It's almost like she's rattled that Jessica got ushered away and that wasn't supposed to happen.
Right.
She was in
Like
the
her
middle of
buddy,
this
her savvy
performance.
buddy,
Right.
got whisked away from her, and now she has to just deal with Mother Superior.
And her mother spirit is not impressed by her. So who's she performing for anymore?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a delight. It's a delight.
We also might mention, especially about Sister Emily, who is sort of our focus of this episode. We hear her name a lot. She's one of the main players, even though she's not on screen a lot. Nancy Bates, the blonde who showed up at the beginning, she wanted to talk to Sister Emily, but the other nuns wouldn't let her. They were having an argument about it. So
Because
there's already
she
some
when
sort
she
of
left
conflict.
when
Yeah,
she left the convent, she left under a terrible cloud and then wrote nasty letters to Sister Emily while she was away
yeah.
in some sort of
In
rehabilitation
jail.
school. Yeah.
She's in
Which I think
jail.
we're really meant to be as like what is it? Not where do youngins go to?
Like a youth detention center
Yeah,
or
what is that called?
good question. I've not been. I don't know.
Juvie, juvenile,
Juvie. That's it.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
By the way, we're finally meeting Sister Emily in more detail here, and when we first see her, she's got her back to Clu Gulager, who's coming into her office or classroom, holding a bottle of pills,
Yeah. And
like she's
essentially
gonna swallow those like Judy, right?
so we already
she's
know,
she's gonna Rita
right, Sister
Bristol
Emily is
herself,
on
right?
something. She's
Yeah.
on something.
She has poor
And she's
health.
out. And she's out.
Did they say what's wrong with
Um,
her? I mean, they mentioned the medicine. I suppose we
yes.
could look up
It's
what that is.
digitalis, as I recall. And
Yeah.
digitalis is a major, was also what created Robert Goulet's heart false alarm in the Paint Me a Murder.
Ah,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah.
It's a
It is
plant.
used, yeah,
Foxglove. Interesting. I mean, when
and
I
it
heard
is used for
Digitalis,
people
all I
with
could
a.
think of was sounds like a tech firm.
Oh, yeah. I was in a play called Appointment with Death, which is an Agatha Christie, and digitalis is a major component of what kills the person. So
Ah,
that's why
yes.
they spent a lot of time talking about digitalis
It's
in
used
that
to
play.
treat congestive heart failure
Yeah.
and manage certain rhythm problems like atrial fibrillation by strengthening the force of the heartbeat and slowing the heart rate. All right. Thank you, Texas Heart Institute. I appreciate it.
This is another situation, just as we've talked about the makeup before and how Jessica's makeup often mirrors wherever she is
Mm-hmm.
because they only have one makeup artist. All of the nuns are done barely, if at all.
Oh,
There's
it's
just
just a clean
barely
face,
foundation on
maybe a
them.
little blush that's supposed to look quite natural, right? Yeah.
And Jessica is not as painted as she often is.
No, her
She
shadow
actually
is
is
really
much
subtle.
more,
Yeah.
yeah.
Nude lip,
She does
almost.
have she does have mascara on,
She's
but
also wearing this ugly ass brown dress.
yeah, it's not
It
great.
is
It's
bad.
not
I
great.
mean, it's in my running for one of the worst dressed already. It doesn't look like it
Uh,
fits.
it's schlumpy.
It's schlumpy.
Dr.
All
Marshall is
these
at the
nuns.
door
Dr. Marshall is at
saying
the
he
door.
has to see his sister Emily. And one of the nuns says, "How very odd. She doesn't see Dr. Marshall. She usually sees Dr. So and so."
Dr.
So
Hart.
it's already
Yeah.
out of character. Somebody at the door who's supposed to, in theory, shouldn't be there.
He's a little shady. All these nuns, though, I here's the thing about these women in these habit costumes. I cannot tell them apart. These bitches all look the same.
They do make a joke about that.
I
Jessica
know.
does mistake them, and she's like, "You would be surprised. I made it confuse us." It's
These three,
yeah,
their names are Mary Margaret, Margaret Marie, and Margaret May.
yeah,
I mean, I
yeah.
like it. It's a cute little moment, right? And they're
They're
all
fun.
basically like the grown versions of the townswomen in Beauty and the Beast, right? If
Yes,
they were 40 years
yes,
younger, they'd be fawning over
yes.
Gaston.
They're giddy.
Oh,
And then,
jeez.
oh, so inconspicuously at
Sister,
dinner,
Sister
Sister
Emily
Emily
taking her
suddenly has
meds
pills
again,
again.
popping pills left and right.
But expectedly, because
Turns
Dr.
out it's
Marshall showed up.
oxytocin.
Uh,
Ooh, here we get the scene
we meet Mayor
with.
Simpson.
Yep,
Do you want to hear a little bit of it?
I do. I mean, I kind of want to hear her in every scene, basically.
This is an Eileen Brennan fan club set
This is
now.
basically the Eileen Brennan hour.
I'm
Yeah.
absolutely certain that the man said Linda Crane.
She's using the name Stone now, but I recognize the description. And I was right there when Jessica Fletcher took him to see Sister Emily, and I am sure that she'll identify her picture.
Oh, God.
I think I didn't.
Behind us 15 years ago.
You think I didn't?
You know who's behind this, don't you? My unworthy opponent, that's who.
How would he know?
Well, who knows? Well, I do know this. He does not have anything solid on me yet, or my spies would have told me.
Spies.
Thinks I am going to stand around here and watch my entire career go down the drain. And he has a hell of a surprise coming.
Albert, wait, where are you going? What are you going to do?
Albert, what are you gonna do?
Mm.
So
Well, I like the misdirect
something's
here,
up.
actually, right?
I love it. It's
It's
so
very cool.
and it makes perfect sense. This is not out of left field.
Mm-mm.
When it all comes together, when all of these, all of our trains meet at the station, they all make sense because everyone is dealing with their own shit. And
Yep.
that actually makes a lot more sense than in a mystery where everyone's sort of dealing with one single thing. It wouldn't. We don't have time for that. We all have our own
Yeah.
lives. And they all think it's about something else. Of course it would be. And it's
We're
so
all
good.
projecting our shit onto it. Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
Sister Emily is dead.
Sister Emily's dead.
She's dead. She's found slumped over her desk with her empty bottle of pills in front of her because, you know, sometimes you want to take a few extra.
I mean, and there is a piece of scripture next to her that she's written in her own hand, which will be interpreted as a suicide note,
By the way,
even though it's not remotely like a suicide note, but that's okay.
no. That's how they interpret it. And by the way, in her own hand, that's like a Photoshop script, okay?
It was, what is
Nobody
that
writes like that.
calligraphy? Oh,
Yes.
if
Nobody.
you could, you would.
This nun got too much time on her hands practicing with the pen, okay?
Yeah, it looks basically like one of those mounted,
Oh,
you
sure.
know, when as I walk through the shadow of the, Valley
Very
of
that.
Death, like that one of those that
You
you
walk
put on
into
the
a
wall.
religious home and you see like a
Yeah,
little plaque on the wall that has a scripture
yeah.
verse on it.
Little
That's what it looks
platitude.
like. I was confirmed Lutheran and we got little Bible verses in little frames and it looks almost exactly like that.
You'd see these also in like little mass cards as well,
Yeah,
like at funerals or at
totally.
wakes. Yeah. We get our first real vision of the priest
The bishop.
of this
Yeah.
chapter here. Uh
And this is Robert
very
Prosky.
recognizable, very recognizable character actor. He was in a billion things. For many of us, he'll always be Mr. Lundy in Mrs. Doubtfire.
That's right. Daniel,
Um,
is that you?
exactly.
Yeah.
And however, he
He's a
is
good choice
from a
here.
billion things.
He's a great choice for this role. I think he's well suited for it. He has the right level of Amos Tupper stubbornness to him to sort of
Mm,
be adversarial for Jessica. He is kind of like a stand-in for that type of character here, right? He's the
yes,
man who doesn't
yes.
want to listen to reason, right?
Well,
That's what we
he's the
get from him.
bishop too. When you're a
Yeah,
bishop, you've already gone through a number of steps and a number of hoops to jump through, as has Reverend Mother.
You put in a lot of time.
You put in a lot of time
And
and
frankly, you've
you've
played the
shown
game.
your dedication. Exactly. Exactly.
And so you
So
have
you've
to,
turned your head a number of
yeah,
times already.
you have to precariously navigate these situations in a way that is publicly suitable and keeps, well, frankly, scandal at bay,
Hmm.
right? And a nun committing suicide, that's a high scandal, right? Because it's one of sort of the mortal sins, the cardinal
It is the
crimes you
mortal sin,
can you
yeah.
can commit is to murder
It is
oneself,
it
right?
is basically spitting at God
Yeah.
for what he wants you to go through, and you saying I check out, that's not cool.
Well, and it's
Yeah.
it comes with all of this sort of propaganda that should you do so, you will never see heaven, right? That's the bargain you make when you end your own life, which I remember
Because you
even as a
technically,
child thinking like that's
yeah.
so fucking nonsense. Good
Oh,
grief.
absolutely. Well, I mean,
Yeah. As
I'm
a
a child
child, I knew. Yeah.
I'm a child of suicide, so knowing that my Catholic mother
Hmm.
committed suicide and still managed to be buried in a Catholic cemetery,
Hmm.
someone lied to someone. Someone
Hmm.
lied to someone.
Hmm.
Just saying. Oh,
Oh, we're at the funeral service for Sister Emily. Of course, Jessica's there
and Sarah's
observing
having a moment.
everyone in the room. And there's a choir. Listen, Victor, there's a choir of nuns up there, and I was fully waiting for my guy, and it didn't happen, and I was a little sad about it.
I know. Well,
But
sorry. And I love it's a choir of novices because they all have the white habit, which is
hmm
the sign of a
hmm
novice. And I love
all
that.
these young
Yeah.
girls, yeah. And Sarah's up there having a moment, sort of non-verbally communicating with Mike, our jeans, blue jeans.
Hmm.
And she has to leave the stage. Not very
Mm.
professional. Not good for show business, girl. You're never gonna get that
We saw
solo.
earlier that when she was serving, I guess, tea to Reverend Mother and Jessica, that she had a Celtic cross on as well, which has
Giant.
been noted. Huge,
Giant.
performative,
That thing would
and
weigh her. She would have neck problems. She would have slip discs. Her cervical
and
spine would be damaged.
I don't believe she had it on during that little choir moment.
No, she
So
didn't. No, she didn't. What do
so
you
we're
think
at
of this guy, Mike?
the repast. Mike, sort of inconsequential. I
Yeah,
mean, again, he's one of
a bit of
the
a red
many red
herring.
herrings.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, he is fully because why things occur the way they do has almost nothing to do with the
Yeah.
nuns.
Frankly, Sarah and Mike are just there to add
Create doubt.
fluff and create
Yeah.
doubt. I have my
Yeah.
doubts. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I appreciate that also because as sometimes as we criticize episodes for not giving some characters enough to do,
Mm-hmm.
if you're gonna world build, you gotta pick and choose. And I think they have just enough where they're
Yeah.
doing their own thing, and I don't care about their own thing anyway.
Right.
So she wants to become a nun, he wants to marry her. Well, what are we doing here? That's not the plot, so I don't care because
Yeah.
that's not going to happen. They're
Right.
not go The Murder She Wrote is not going to make the nun leave the convent for a man. It's just not.
No, sorry, Sally
It's
Field.
just
Sorry. Yeah. Uh, well, what I like about those characters is that they are fully committing to their own storylines, right?
oh
So,
sure. Yeah.
because they are as actors, we believe that there's plausibility that they could be involved in the case, right?
Right.
Alas.
Did what's his name, Blue Jeans, kill Sister Emily because he wanted her influence to cease and
Right.
Sarah to leave the convent?
Right. Right. I mean, the same is for the Nancy Bates character, right? Like, why was she
Hmm.
there? Why is she
It just
arguing so
happens to be
fully
all at the
with
same time.
the nuns about seeing Sister Emily? Yes, a confluence of events that makes for a rather intriguing mystery. This is one that it's hard to tell. Usually, there's some pretty heavy-handed clues, right? Sometimes we could say like, well, of course it's that person. Of course it's that person. In this case, it really doesn't reveal itself until the end, does it?
You have to listen. You do have to listen
Very
because when
closely.
they start talking about there being secret passages, which spoiler alert, there's secret
Hmm.
passages.
We love a secret
Um,
passage.
who would know about those? If none of the
Yeah.
nuns seem to know about that, because why would they allow that to persist? And the
Well, we
only
should preface
information
that by
about,
saying the reason why it comes up later that it would have had to it was a suicide or one of the nuns killed their fellow
right,
sister because the doors are locked at 11. Wasn't it 11? Something like that. And
something like
so there's no way in or out of that convent. And so that's why we don't really have viable suspects in Mike or Marion or Mayor Simpson because they're outside of the convent. They weren't there. Jessica and the nuns were the only ones present.
right.
Yeah.
And I mean that's the closed mystery, isn't it? I mean, it sort of
Yeah.
has to be that situation. Um, so Eileen Brennan's Marion indicated when she was in her little monologue with Jessica that she used to live there.
Hmm.
She's the only one that we know who used to be there. So
Right.
she's had a relationship. So she speaks on her relationship with Sister Emily and the nuns, and how she says to us that she knows who Nancy Bates is too.
Yeah.
Like all of these things are coming through her because that's how Jessica needs to get that information.
Right. Right.
Um, and I think uh, earlier, at some point or another, we're going to find out that the catacombs, I don't remember exactly where it happened, the catacombs underneath the building, the
The
structure,
convent. Yeah.
was used as part of the Underground Railroad because, white
Yes.
people love to indicate that they were one of the good guys and
Hmm.
they had to somehow use.
I think Eileen,
Uh,
when she first meets Jessica, she maybe even mentions that. Oh, this building was a part of the Underground Railroad. Oh, yes.
I believe it's the mayor, but
Right.
because I think of it in his Foghorn Leghorn kind of voice, but
Part of the Underground Railroad, son. Yeah. Looking kind of peaked there. Yeah.
he is very I'm a small town lawyer. I don't do this big
Hmm.
city stuff.
Sure.
Where are we? I forget what town we're in?
They said Bergen Hills, I think. So it would
Bergen
be upstate New
Falls?
York. Bergen Falls. Bergen Falls, yeah.
Okay.
A little real
Yeah,
place.
that would lend itself.
Yeah.
Immaculate Heart Nunnery.
Maybe New Jersey?
Hmm. Hmm. It was filmed in California, so that's no help to me. But
Aren't they all?
yeah.
We're getting a little
So
more information about Sarah, who is unaccounted for the evening before. She was supposed to help with setting up this party, and then she said she was
mhm,
going to go pray, but no one, she wasn't there setting up the party. She wasn't in a room when she was checked on, and she wasn't in the chapel.
in the evening meditation,
Evening meditation. Yeah, I have my
which
own
means she
evening
was missing.
meditation.
She was missing during Sister Emily's absence as well, as we are, or Sister Emily during the period of time that
During the
Sister Emily
period
was
where she
killed.
could have died, right? Theoretically
And
died. Yeah.
Marion Simpson is quick to sow seeds of doubt. She says, "Well, to think that a nun committed suicide," Jessica says, "Well, actually, we're not sure." And then Marion's like, "Oh, well, there was this Nancy Bates.
Right.
If you're going to talk murder, she might be the only one who would want to kill Sister Emily, unless it's so good.
It is
It's
so
so
good.
good."
Victor, this is kind of a class thing where higher class people sow seeds of doubt about those who have sordid pasts, right? And it made me think of our episode in Canada recently and how Patricia, the wife, had been in
Hmm.
prison and therefore was sort of deemed unacceptable and shadow cast on her credibility, right? And this made me
Yeah.
think of the same thing. Like, poor Nancy does nothing but show up wanting to talk to a nun, and she's immediately, like, kind of prime suspect in a way because she's unaccounted for. She was seen there arguing. She has a criminal history. And here we go. Mayor's wife is saying, well, what about that floozy? What about that troublemaker, right?
Hmm. And it's really interesting because, as we will find out, Marion is such a complicated character because, as someone who grew up in the convent, there is
Hmm.
an expectation that she may also not be as quite affluent
Right.
uh,
Like she may have come
as
from an orphan
yeah.
situation and
And now here she
climbed the
is.
ranks, right? Social climbed
Yeah.
up to mayor's wife. Yeah. Oh, and there's that doctor. Dr. Hart there looking suspicious. There are a lot of
Mhm.
suspects in this. Why did he
There
show up?
really
He's
are.
not her actual doctor.
Yeah. Jessica happens to be rummaging through one of the supposedly empty classrooms, and she finds
Like she
this
does.
little girl in the closet. So
This is so
this little girl
random.
that we saw very briefly,
She's
and
the murderer.
I know Reverend Mother indicated that she was like a child of abuse, and so she's
Yeah.
very uh,
Timid.
uh, timid. Yeah,
Yeah. Reluctant.
scared
And
out of her
sis
mind, frankly.
scared. Oh, poor thing. And she was really taken in by Sister Emily, the now deceased Sister Emily. And so this kid is beat the fuck up about it, right?
Right, right. Because she
Why did
thinks
she kill
that
herself? Why?
exactly, exactly, and that's a hard question. That's a hard thing for anyone to wrangle with when you're
It
dealing
is.
with,
Yeah.
with that as a tactic of getting out. Why wasn't I good enough? Why wasn't I this? Oh, did we have
Yeah.
an episode recently with suicide again? Why do I feel like
I
I've
feel
talked
like we
about this
did. Well,
recently?
we had obviously our Days Dwindle Down.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
which was
Yeah,
pretty
there we go.
recently.
There we go.
Yep.
And everyone's responding in a very specific way. And I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
because that's
Yeah.
it's still taboo. I mean, it's still very sad.
Well, it's like
And
the
but
thing we
this
can never
important,
have an answer for, right?
right,
In on this earthly plane, we will never know.
right.
We will never know what happened to create that chain of events or anyway.
Now this little schoolgirl, her usefulness is finally extracted because she
Hmm.
also has these little scripture calligraphy
Yeah.
moments with
Given
Sister
to her.
Emily's
Perfect hand.
perfect hand.
Perfect handwriting. Wow. Wow.
So
She
that
should write for greeting cards. She should be a graphic artist, Sister Emily. What she's doing with bottles of pills, I don't know.
well, she's dead now, so
She had a career. She had a career ahead of her.
she had
Uh,
a true calling. Um, but the bishop is still reluctant to use that as an
oh yeah.
excuse because he what he wants to do is he wants to say that it was an accident,
Yes.
that she
An
did not mean
accidental
to take this
overdose.
much
Right.
because that will remove the possible scandal of suicide, but it will still, but Jessica's not satisfied because that will remove the responsibility of anyone else,
Hmm.
because she
He really
knows that it
wants to
wasn't an
just
accident,
sweep it under the rug.
which
He
is
does not want to
kind
deal with
of
this.
protocol.
What the Catholic Church does?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, hey, Dr. Hart.
Uh-oh.
Rummaging through to Sister Emily's things.
Yep. Looking suspicious.
Indeed.
Look at this. Look at this guy.
Is he even, this isn't Sister Emily's room. Where is he?
I think it is her class. I think it is her room.
Her,
It's.
but they mentioned that her room was sealed off. So the first time that we see her in her water pitcher discussion,
Oh
maybe
yeah.
this is her bedroom or
Is it
something.
her
Like, I don't know. Maybe
classroom or
there's,
something? I don't know.
I'm
It's
not
a
really sure.
pretty sparse room.
But they
Curtains.
make a note. They make a note that, yes, that, they make a note that when Jessica and the Reverend Mother are going through things later, that it's the
Hmm.
first time it was unsealed. Like, so I'm not sure where we
Right.
are. This might just be like a general office
Right. And he is
because
shuffling
he can't get
through.
it into Sister Emily's room or
Right.
something like that.
This is a nice little sort of misdirect here. This was obviously like a cliffhanger before the commercial break, finding him, this unknown doctor who wasn't even her doctor, rifling through her things. Turns out he's trying to find the prescription that he wrote because the other doctor was away, so he helped her, and he was scared that he miswrote the dosage and that she's dead because of his negligence or oversight, right?
What
So
if
he's
I'm
trying
the
to.
one who's responsible?
Right, right. So,
Now we can discuss whether or not that meant he was just planning on covering it up. He was
I
just
mean,
looking for the proof.
what decision would he have made had he had made the mistake?
Yeah. In theory, he would have gone through different channels. But all right.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and Jessica has called into question these verses that were written for the little girl and how they exactly match the quote unquote suicide note on Sister Emily's desk. And I really love our Reverend Mother here because she is defiantly trying to push back against the bishop and his sweep this under the rug nonsense.
Mhm.
Like you said, subversive bitch. We appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and we get the fact that she was feisty back in the day too. She and Jessica talk
Hmm.
about um oh and what, lose the bet? Like there was like a lot of like shenanigans that they
Sorority
as
shenanigans,
youths.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you want the backstory, watch The House Bunny.
Ugh. But they're trying to figure it out, and the bishop is like, well, you can't prove anything, so let's just do it this way. Okay.
And of course, we love that Jessica won't rest. She's going to keep looking into
Will
this shit.
not.
What do you think of our Sarah character?
It's fine. Sort of
Fine.
yeah. I mean, I feel for her because she's clearly wrestling with a lot of stuff, and um her seeking uh being a nun, she's wrestling with. She's
Yeah.
wrestling with that decision. She's having a crisis of not faith, but of secular life. Like she's trying to
Horniness?
figure out horniness. Um,
I mean,
kind of,
when you
kind
got a
of.
man who looks that good in a pair of blue jeans, wouldn't you?
Oh, uh, yeah. So she's wrestling. She's figuring things out.
Yeah.
But she's also like, leave me alone. I'm still figuring this out. Like, then you probably shouldn't be making this decision right now. You should
Yeah,
not
what are
be
you
here
doing here,
doing that.
girl? What are you doing here? It's very clear she shouldn't be there.
No, no. Oh, Jessica's on the move. And it was actually
Taking a
her. Love
taxi,
that.
yep. What do you think of this dress? This sort of very pale, almost peach
What
pink,
is that called? Where it has that sort of
the
ruching.
pleating?
What is that? Pleating? I like it.
Yeah,
I like a pleated.
it's cute.
Oh, she's off to meet Mr. Blue Jeans to
Hmm.
find out. You know, this gentleman who's showing off a lot of chest hair right here.
Hmm.
I'm just gonna guess if you undress him, full Robin Williams. That's what
Oh,
I think.
absolutely. Absolutely.
Just just Bigfoot
You
underneath
can
those
even
clothes.
you can even see his very cleanly shaven face. You can see the shadow underneath. This is a
Yeah.
hairy little man.
Look at like the way that his hair is cut in the back.
I
This is
know.
someone where like when the barber goes down, like how far down do I
Yeah,
go?
where do I
Down
stop?
to the
Where do
is
I
the shoulder
stop the
blade?
hair?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, I feel for him as someone who, when I did drag, shaved my back
Oh,
twice a week. Oh, was he wearing around his neck?
under that nest of chest hair.
Uh-huh. You could barely see it in there.
I'm reminded of Christine Baranski digging around in Robin Williams's chest hair during the birdcage. It's the Celtic Cross.
Uh-huh. I think he has the neck muscles to bear it better than Sarah did.
Well, it certainly was laid differently.
Uh-huh. So that tells us something
Yeah.
because Sarah had it and now he has it, but they were
So how did
separated by a
Sarah hand it
locked
off?
convent door. Something fishy going on here.
Something's fishy.
Yeah.
So either she was able to leave or he was able to get in. So now they're discussing possible temporary insanity leading to untimely demise, which Jessica's like, that's just suicide, which she's not wrong, but they're
No,
trying to use fancy language to
I
excuse.
know.
They're not even
Sort of
saying
save her
accidental at that
soul
point.
on paper. That's what it sounds like, right?
Temporary insanity. Good
Jesus
Lord.
Christ.
Uh,
We
which I
talked
mean,
about that
frankly,
before
if
too.
it was that easy, then you would argue that for anyone else. It's so
Anyone
fucked
else
that you
who
would do that
commits
for,
suicide, that would be the same logic, right?
right. And in fact, suicide is illegal in many places, just
Yeah.
as a note. So if you are caught attempting or if you survive it, you can go to jail.
Which
It's so
is
fucked.
wild.
It is.
Wild.
It is.
Who's the
Uh,
victim? Me. Who's the
I
perpetrator?
know.
Me.
Well, I did. There is something to be said about the brazenness about making your dead body everybody else's problem, depending on where you do it. So if you do jump off a bridge into oncoming traffic, you are creating a lot of problems for other
Yeah.
people. I will say that.
But if you pop your
Uh,
opioids, then what's the problem?
what's the problem? Um, you're not getting your security deposit back.
That's true.
Um,
Jessica
Oh,
has
I can't
been
believe we've
looking at
gone this
maps.
far. We've gone this far not talking about Sophia becoming a nun in that episode of the Golden Girls. How did that happen? How did we not, how
Oh,
did we go that far?
save it, sister, suck up. Also, an excellent Reverend Mother performance, right? Love her.
Now you want to talk about blue jeans. We're here
Come
in the
on.
catacombs because Jessica found the maps to the Underground Railroad, which also seems like it was
Easy to find?
mortuary. Well, yes, incredibly easy to find, but also like a mortuary. Like
Something.
these little aren't these mausoleum style
Yeah, they are. They are.
graves?
You would open those. Also, there
Or
was that
close,
very
yeah,
dramatic Christ
very Knights of
statue on the
Templar.
wall, right? Like this is very nice of Templar. Yes.
So
It's
Jessica's
almost like
down
a
here.
skulls meeting room.
Yeah, very
This is where our
national
generic
treasure.
white guys actually met.
So I gotta tell you, I don't know if it's just my watching it on this because I've not seen this episode on DVD before. So lighting is different.
Hmm.
When that door opens and
You
Jessica's
see
looking around
her.
with a flashlight, you really see Nancy Bates
It's
right
Nancy.
behind her.
And when I was
And
watching this on my version,
yeah,
which is the digital copy, I don't remember seeing her like this.
I think it's darker
It
depending
is.
on, yeah.
The
So
background is
this has been
darker. You see
extra
a shadowy
exposed,
figure, but you can clearly see the light shining through her blonde hair, the backlit blonde hair.
covering Jessica's face with a leather glove.
And of course
She said, "I'm
wearing
not gonna hurt
black
you,
leather
but don't
gloves.
scream." And she has this black blouse sweater. And look
Jeez.
at these jeans. Oh my God.
They're yummy, yummy, yummy.
I mean, I just think the rubbing against her IUD, like it's just these are so tight. And I love this
Hmm.
leather scarf, this leopard scarf. Oh,
And this sort of peachy pink lip and the smoky eye. I
this is so
actually,
hot. This
as
is
she's
so
standing
hot.
there and the light, Jessica's shining the flashlight in her face and she holds the black glove. It's beautifully
Oh,
framed. It's beautifully filmed. It's really well done. There's so much
I love that
intrigue
this is
in
her
it.
skulking outfit.
I know. The black
Hilarious.
gloves do not make sense, and I
Hilarious.
think they're only there to grab Jessica's mouth, right? Why else would she be
Well,
wearing fucking black gloves?
in theory, because her fingerprints would be on places, and she is a former convict.
Yeah,
So
right.
she might be like, if
She's
she's
covering
looking around to
tracks.
see, yes, exactly. She's coming back because she got in and she spoke to Sister Emily on good
Right.
terms. She and
Right.
Sister Emily made peace before Sister Emily passed. But if
Oh,
anyone can prove that she was there, then she's going to get blamed
she's
for
in
the
deep
murder.
shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because no one saw them make amends. They only saw her arguing to get there. And the only story that others knew about her was that she was sending threatening letters and notes to Sister Emily, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get a little
Yeah.
bit of her explaining.
Use the tunnel.
Yes. Yes, I knew that there had to be another way into the convent. But what puzzled me was that none of the other sisters seemed to know anything about it.
Easy. It was sealed right after the Civil War. Only a couple of wards found out about in the 60s, and they had it reopened without the sisters ever finding out. It's kind of been our little secret since. You know, kind of a matter of honor among the wards.
Unfortunately, I'm afraid it's become a matter of murder.
Hey, look. I admit that I was here and I saw Sister Emily last night. I got here about 10. I was hoping that I'd have a chance to see her alone, and I did. We talked for almost half an hour. Then I even gave her a devotional book that I inscribed to her, but then I left.
So that's why you came back here tonight? To retrieve the book?
Yes, I was afraid that if anybody noticed the date on it, it would look real bad for me. I didn't kill her.
I believe you, Nancy. You could have killed me and you didn't, and that's saying something. Nancy, is there
And that's
anything
saying
else you
something.
can
That's
remember about
hilarious
that
to
night?
me. That's a great
Anything?
line. You could have
Yeah.
killed me and you didn't. And that's saying something.
I guess. Good for
Thanks,
you.
Jessica. You could
Proud
have
of
killed
you.
me and you
Proud of you.
proud of you. Oh goodness. But Nancy
Uh,
was there, so which means she also heard a little, noise.
she
So
said she saw
the
maybe a shadow in the tunnel hallways, corridors.
corridor,
Yeah.
which will make sense in just a moment because
Yes.
what that person was wearing could easily be a shadow.
Right.
So we're back in Sister
Ah,
Emily's room.
yes. This is the water pitcher moment you were mentioning before.
Yeah, it is a filled to the near brim
Oh, I know. This woman was going to
pitcher of
pee
water.
all night.
And the idea is that there was no water out of that pitcher. If that was full, then what did Sister Emily dry dog those pills?
There was no lubrication here.
None whatsoever.
None.
And if you're gonna have it, and that was a full bottle because that was a new bottle from Dr. Hart, right?
Hmm.
So
You just
she
prescribed it, right?
overdosed,
Yeah.
if she overdosed on all of those pills for a massive heart attack, essentially, she would have needed some water to
You know,
take it down. It's a silly little detail, but it
it is a
leads to
little
a
silly.
larger conclusion.
Well,
I
and
think what it is, it's another example of Jessica saying, "Well, that doesn't make sense. Therefore, it has to lead to something
right,
else. If something is out of place or if
right.
people don't behave like that, there has to be a larger answer."
When
And
frankly
that's why that's useful.
there was like a half inch at the top of that pitcher. I mean, she could have taken a sip, right? A sip.
I mean, that was a fucking heavy pitcher too. I don't know how she
I know, it was a
expected
big
to.
old crystal pitcher. Yeah. It would have been more plausible if it had been like an unopened bottle of water, right? That would make more sense.
It is. It's just to sow doubt, though. It's not the
Yeah.
end all. It's
Just a
just enough
slight
to sow doubt.
incongruity to give us something to investigate further.
Right.
Oh, we're getting our follow-up with Clu Gulager, our PI.
We're sewing up one of our red herrings.
Yeah.
Well, kind of.
Sort of, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it certainly does vindicate him because I like how
Yes.
he's a PI, but he almost seems like he could care less about what he's doing. He's so nonchalant about looking for this woman. He's like, "Yeah, I'm looking for Linda Stone. I don't know. Yeah, I got called off the work. Okay, I'm heading out of here."
Well, partially because he's looking for, and Jessica guesses. She's like, "Oh, I guess the inheritance went through." There's a belief that it's sort of like, is she the rightful heir for this other person who's dead?
Right,
It's that
exactly.
situation. It's not
Right,
like we're wanting her because she's missing. We're
right.
wanting her because she's dangerous. We're wanting her just to see
They're
if
just trying to find
she can
someone
inherit.
who's part of the family. It's a very Anastasia moment, right?
Right.
But what we learn here is that Linda was at the convent 15 years ago and she gave birth to a baby. Theoretically, the father was a Vietnam veteran who was killed in the war or something like that, right? And of
Hmm.
course, this is where we sort of get our motive later.
Yeah. Things are
Yeah,
starting to add up.
to click
We've
into
also found
place.
out that the catacombs were reopened in the 60s, which means that anybody who was in the convent during the 60s and beyond
Hmm.
would have known about it, which makes Marion Simpson suddenly a suspect, or at least a possibility, because
Right.
she was
She was a
at the
little
convent.
convent girl there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Jessica, we don't often see her saying, I want to set a trap. Usually we just see the trap, right? But in this case,
Yeah.
she's working with the bishop and the Reverend Mother to say, I want to set a trap. Will you play along
Let's
with
do it.
me? Yeah. Which is kind of fun.
Yeah. Or sometimes
Like,
we
ooh, we're gonna
see
do a
that the
thing.
trap happens and then they talk about how it was a trap all along.
Yes,
That's fun too.
exactly.
That's also fun too.
Exactly.
Uh I'm
But
watching
they're all
so
game.
we just oh yeah, oh yeah.
They're all
We just
playing their
finished
best Meryl Streep.
the last season of Matlock, and
Mm.
invariably every single Matlock ends with an alternate view of a scene we saw earlier of what really
Mm.
happened. And so
Hmm.
that's it.
Playing that perception game again, aren't we?
Yeah, yeah. So Reverend Mother gets a call ostensibly from Clu
Yeah.
Gulager. Uh
He has no character name. He's
about
just Clu Gulager,
he's
right?
just Clu. He's Clu
Yeah.
Gulager. When you have a name like that, that's just how you should be credited.
I'm not gonna call him
In the
Ray
Eileen
Carter
Brennan
for
show.
God's sakes, right? No. Who the fuck
What
is
did you
Ray
call this? The
Carter?
Eileen Brennan hour.
Yes.
Um, I love also that we're back. We have these characters again. The Simpsons are hanging out talking
Yeah.
about the dedication, and Reverend Mother happens to get a call from Clue, in quotes. And she says, "Oh, Jessica's going to be looking up information about that woman, Linda Stone, that you were looking for." And she says this very plainly in front of the Simpsons. So I
Right.
think we're led to believe when Mrs. Simpson had that argument with her husband and he went out, that perhaps he went out and did something he shouldn't have done.
Right, because that was the night. That was the evening that Sister Emily perished in the
Indeed.
parish.
The parish and parish.
Been waiting to use that one.
It's in the file.
Uh,
So it's later that same night at the Immaculate Heart Convent. And we
mhm.
get this fabulous scene, which is used in the credits hereafter, of Jessica
Yes.
peering over this office lamp.
Documents and yeah, oh
Yeah,
yes. Oh,
in
this
this
is
red
so
jacket.
spooky, right?
So good.
In the dark, dark
Oh,
room, dark of night,
shoe
and she can
bells
hear the
tolling,
door open and someone enter, and we see a nun's habit. I'll be damned.
peering through the bookcase. It's good.
Very,
Not since No Accounting for Murder have we had angles like
mm-hmm,
this.
mm-hmm. It's that very killer's perspective. Michael Myers is behind that bookcase right now.
Hmm. And we see a syringe and leather gloves in a nun's habit, leaning forward. Who's it gonna be? She knocks over some books,
That are clearly there as a booby trap.
and Jessica knew.
Hmm.
Mrs. Simpson, stop. You
Put
knew
it
it was me.
down.
You knew I was coming.
Oh my God. Her
I
face is
love
pure
this
dejected evil, right? Oh my gosh. Exasperation, desperateness, right?
photograph.
Mm. Do you want to hear it? I feel like we have to hear
Oh,
it.
I think we do. I know, folks. Let's just.
I discovered something was missing from Sister Emily's room. The photograph. Linda's picture. I spoke to Ray Carter. He told me all about her. An unwed mother, an unknown father. Your husband.
You can't prove that.
You were in the office when Mr. Carter produced that photo and described Linda.
That doesn't mean.
There's more, I'm afraid. The water pitcher was still full. If Sister Emily had actually swallowed all those pills, it would have been practically empty.
I don't know about that.
Means the overdose that killed her had to have been injected.
You think you got it all figured out. But you didn't know what it was like coming from nothing. Being shoved from one foster home to another till you finally wind up here in this crummy convent.
But marrying Albert Simpson changed all that.
It made me someone. And I wasn't about to let any stupid mistake that he made 15 years ago take all that away.
So you killed the only person who might have been able to expose your husband's secret.
I had to. Albert never would have done it. All he did was drive around all night trying to think things through. I didn't need to think. I knew exactly what to do. I hadn't counted on her having company during meditation hour. But once I knew that she was alone.
Oh, this great flashback.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so
I'm
good.
so
Look at her.
glad we
Oh,
get it.
Everyone knew Sister Emily's been taking.
it's pretty ballsy of them to do it.
Years.
Hmm.
All I had to do was.
It's not gruesome, but it's really unsettling.
I emptied into my pocket. I even remembered to bring along an old piece of scripture that she copied for me years ago. Yeah, to leave as a note. But by then it was nearly 11, and so I disguised myself in this habit. And then I took the photograph and I left. It was nearly perfect. Until you started to interfere. You shouldn't have done that, Mrs. Fletcher.
That's enough, Mrs. Simpson.
Exquisite.
Excellent.
Like, And again, not since No Accounting for Murder has Jessica really been in danger like that. It's
I
been
mean,
a minute.
inches away. I mean, I know they had it
Yeah.
set up that there were others in the wings to sort of stop anything from happening.
But all
But
she
if she had been one moment sooner, that
Mhm.
needle could have plunged into Jessica.
And Jessica's again, this is how Jessica gets people to monologue is she approaches her and she meets her. She is not willing to let
Hmm.
down. Every single time that Marion is fighting her back, she says, I no, that's not how you can't prove like well
No,
because of this and because of this,
no.
like unrelenting.
Just dropping another detail that
And
implicates
she
her,
just
dropping another piece of
cracks.
information. You shouldn't have done that, Mrs. Fletcher. Oh,
You have
God.
no idea how often I say that in this household. Oh my God.
I will
It's
also want to point
so
out during the confession
mm,
scene, she's sort of standing there, and the camera angle is almost looking up at her, and just above her, to the left of her head, is a cross, and it's very eerie and very effective. And I love the
yeah.
idea of her in this nun habit, holding a syringe with intent to kill, while Christ looks down on her. It's such like an eerie, lovely, almost bit of social commentary.
Yeah, it's a
Like a little
tableau. It's
bit. Yeah.
perfect. It's
It's
perfect.
beautiful. Yeah.
It's these details that again make this show so rich because again
Hmm.
a lot of times I mean Murder She Wrote is well, I'll say easy
Yeah.
to criticize because it's of its time because it
Sure.
is over the top at a certain point but these things and a lot of the murders are sort of simplistic or what have you but
Yeah.
with like ridiculous elements the acting the commitment the precision like all of these things together make this a great show really make this a great show even bad
Yeah.
episodes, they have a commitment to the bit
Hmm.
where they're elevated. They're just
Yeah.
elevated.
Well, and I don't know about you. I mean, we finished the episode. Is there a little button on the end? Button scene?
Yeah, we talk
There's a little
about
button. Yeah.
yeah, there is. I went back a little bit just to look at
Just
Eileen Brennan cracking out
the
to what do the
crazy-eyed
kids call that?
crashing out.
Crashing out.
Yeah. It's very that too. It's very that.
But
And you're
even
right.
like
I'm
the
so
flashback,
glad we
like
get the flashback. It's because we talked about like why do we get the flashback sometimes and not other times. This is one of those moments that if we hadn't gotten it, I would have felt really cheated.
look like her face, she doesn't want to have to do this. I mean, in her when they she closes her eyes after she injects her,
Yeah.
it's just yeah,
It was she just had to do it. She had no
she
other
had
choice.
to
And
do it.
she said as much. I knew what I had to do. I did it. It wasn't fun.
No, but the
But then
highs
she
and lows
stole
of
one of the
this performance.
habits.
Oh,
We didn't mention earlier that one of Sister
oh yeah, yeah,
Emily's habits was missing, and of course, Marion stole it. And that's the shadowy figure that Nancy
yeah.
saw wandering around the catacombs, exiting the convent grounds.
Right.
So,
Yeah, when they were looking at the water pitcher
yeah,
in Sister Emily's room, Reverend Mother happens to notice that her
yeah.
that her cleaned habit for the
Hmm.
dedication was missing.
Yeah. All this because her hubby, 15 years prior, couldn't control his weenie and decided to have sex with a woman and abandon the child, right?
Yeah. And she was afraid that finally being a woman of
Power, influence,
power and influence and distinction
status.
would be in
Yeah,
jeopardy. Status,
yeah,
that's the word I was looking for.
yeah.
Yeah. So we finally had our final I don't know what this is meant to be. I don't. Maybe it's meant to be her funeral. Sister Emily's like talking about it,
Hmm.
and but it's really just to let us know that oh yeah, Sarah's Celtic cross got to blue jeans, and that's what made her think, oh
Yeah.
yeah, there had to be another way into the convent,
Well, and you know what's interesting is that all of these
and
red
now they've sealed it
herrings,
up.
now they've sealed it. That's too bad, right? That's too
I
bad. I
know.
suppose necessary, but what are little Ward's gonna do now? What's our little whimpering girl supposed to do when she wants to go out for a night in the town? I don't
Uh,
know. And I think it's implied
I'm
that Sarah
I'm
has left
imagining
as
them going
well.
to the gay bar a la but I'm a cheerleader.
Right, right, right. Gimme, 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 gimme gravy tonight.
Uh, so we have a little bit here where Bishop Shea eats as much crow as he's willing to
Yeah. Yeah.
and says, okay, you were right. Good for you. And he sort of chucklingly says, if you can get your Reverend Mother here, friend, to actually obey once in a while. And Jessica's like, yeah, tough shit. Like,
And they
that's
all
not gonna
smile.
happen.
I mean, we do have to give the bishop a little credit because before the setup, he did agree to it, right? He said, "Fine, you've said enough. I think I understand what you're saying. You have enough here to convince me to play along too." And he didn't want his nuns in danger, which I kind of
Right,
respect him for too. But she
right.
convinced him that they could do it in a way that no one would be harmed, and she would really be the only one at risk, right?
Hmm.
Which she was.
Which he was fine with. He
Yeah.
was fine with.
I mean, she's been at death's door how many times now? But that's it. That's our episode. Old
That's
habits
our
die hard.
episode. Um, it does not linger on consequences of
No.
Marion's actions. It doesn't need to. I think we can surmise that the mayor is going to probably have to resign in disgrace.
Hmm.
She's going to prison.
For several reasons,
Um,
right? Yeah. Her actions, his actions, because assuming this all will become public knowledge, right? About why she
yeah.
did it, what happened, the circumstances.
Well, yeah, I have a feeling her disgrace will be stronger than his because he's a
Oh,
man.
absolutely. Yeah.
But and she did it for herself because Albert never would have done it. He just went
I
around
knew what
trying to
I had
think.
to do.
Well, I didn't
Think
have to
things
think. Oh,
through.
so good. Oh
It's
my
so
God, I
good.
love this woman.
Yeah. It's
Um,
well written too. Uh, when
yeah.
I first watched this, now that we're sort of wrapping up our thoughts on it, I
Yeah.
thought like, oh, this is the Eileen Brennan show, the Eileen Brennan hour. This is all about her. But as we've watched it today, I've sort of made a lot of connections that I wasn't giving the episode credit for before. And that's every red herring gives us something. Even
Hmm.
though they are technically red herrings, they all supply some piece of information that then lets Jessica put the puzzle pieces
Right.
together. In some episodes, it's literally just like, oh no, that was just someone who was here and looked
Right.
shady, right? And it doesn't lead anywhere. It doesn't contribute to what the writers are doing plot-wise. In this case, that's not the case
Hmm.
because like we talked about with Sarah and Mike, the cross around the neck being on one and then the other indicates that there's a way in and out of the convent, even if neither of those people are responsible, right? The doctor who who is looking to make sure he didn't overprescribe medication does that give them information about how much it would take for her to actually overdose and kill herself on, right?
Hmm.
So they each
Hmm.
give us a little piece of information. And Nancy lets us know about the catacombs as well. And she also lets us know that when Sister Emily was still alive and that she saw another body down in those catacombs.
Right.
We get something
Yeah.
from all of them. So even
They're
though
less red herrings, they're more other things going on. Yeah.
they are means of extracting more clues.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they all also feel like viable suspects in the beginning or when we meet them, right? Each one feels like a plausible killer in some way.
Yeah. I mean, if this was Clue, if this was a choose your own adventure,
Hmm.
there is a way to implicate just about everybody if you want
Absolutely.
to. If you
Yeah.
want to. Yeah.
Especially
Um,
Sister Mary Margaret, that giggling nut.
she's the true villain of the piece. Um, I think one of the reasons that it's so satisfying with this conclusion is because it does create an outsider influence affecting an idyllic, safe place,
Hmm.
for one thing. Uh, Catholic problems aside, this is meant to be a safe place for people. These people are doing good things.
Yeah.
They are, and the idea that a safe place can be infiltrated by the wealthy elite, once
Hmm.
again, is a safe depiction for us as consumers
Hmm.
that the rich people are the problem, once
Yep.
again,
Yep.
that ambition, once again, and greed to that degree is the true
Right.
villain almost always. Um,
Poverty
the
is a
most it's a
scapegoat.
noble, yeah.
Yep.
It's safe in a lot of ways. And yet, because of what has gone over the years and the way that the Catholic Church has been exposed, the way that we're a little bit more intersectional in our depictions of things, this now seems subversive. So it is actually a surprise to a certain
Hmm.
degree that it's not one of the nuns. So
Hmm.
it's really interesting how a show that was filmed in 1987 manages through the eyes of time to still manage to be subversive in some capacity.
Yeah, it kind of
I
weathers
think
the
that's
waves
neat.
of time. Yeah, it really
I
does.
think it's neat.
Yeah,
And that is both a timeless quality and also a way of keeping things relevant.
right.
And you feel for these people. I mean, I feel for Nancy Bates. Like she actually did go through
A rehabilitation.
rehabilitation.
Yeah.
If we're meant to believe that that's what prison is for, then guess what? She did that.
She's a success
Um,
story. To
and
have her come
she's
back and thank the nun who she despised for trying to set her straight, like
and her
beautiful.
testimony helped get her in prison.
Yeah.
They mentioned that Sister Emily was one of the people who called her out, basically,
Hmm.
and got her incarcerated.
Yeah.
To show up on a bus with your bags and be turned away at the door by, in theory,
Your
Christ's
accuser of
bride,
sorts. Yeah, yeah.
it's sort of shitty. It's,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. I think it's interesting also the performances in this episode. No one is like I said, Eileen Brennan is at a different level. She's in a different show altogether, right? Which we appreciate. She's kind of the star, but everybody else has a really kind of even-keeled performance here. There's nobody that stands out as being weak, as far as I can tell. Everybody
mhm,
is doing what they have to do, and it feels very, we talked about this earlier. The world building in this episode is quietly effective. We don't really
mhm,
understand how it is until it's wrapped up. And frankly, every time I watch this episode, it makes a little more sense to me. So it feels
mhm.
like there are layers and there's depth to the way the world is built and the characters interact and their relationships. And so I really appreciate that.
Well, even Marion, who is sort of like our eccentric,
Hmm.
um, is grounded. There is a believability in
Oh,
her
she's believable,
because
yes.
there's not like she's not like she easily could have been Gladys from Weapons. Like there
Yeah.
could have been like a I mean actually I find Gladys to be fairly grounded as well. I think
Yeah.
Amy Madigan does a really good job of that. But
Hmm.
I think the public perception of that kind of character removes her from that
Yeah.
believability, if that
Well,
makes
it's
any
who
sense.
she is. Like you said, it's that we know who this woman is. And she's
Yeah.
a loud person in the world, but she's not necessarily a loud person outside of this world. I just mean that because of the way she's written and how she's supposed to be played, plus with
Yeah.
Eileen Brennan's unique brand of characterization,
Brash.
she
Yeah.
just is so augmented and turned up. But she's still suited here. I believe that
She
she's
still has
the mayor's
levels. She's
wife,
not at 11 the
right?
whole time.
No,
She's not.
no.
I mean, she
Matter of
might be
fact,
at like an 8.5, but
when she's not
her confession
speaking,
is awfully measured
oh, it is. It's actually quiet compared to the rest of her performance, which is also why
until
it
it gets
works.
crash. Yeah.
You shouldn't
Yeah.
have done that,
Yeah.
Mrs. Fletcher, right? That's really the moment that it turns when she's going to murder again.
Yeah.
But up until that
Genius.
point, we're not actually certain she's going to until she raises that syringe at the end of her spiel and
Well,
lunges.
because so often in the confession scenes, that's the end of it. They
Hmm.
don't try to kill again. It
Right.
actually is very infrequent that they do get their blood pressure back up to the point of wanting
Yeah.
to get there. Because you kind of have to work yourself back up to that. The moment has passed.
Right. We see it sometimes. Is that your
Um,
solution to kill me?
yeah,
Or no accounting for
yeah.
murderer who grabs the
Right, but
drape's
he
rope.
she
Right.
gets him riled up again. She
Yeah,
gets him back
exactly.
riled up.
Hmm.
And in some cases, particularly when um they are so exhausted by their own activity that they're fine like being caught, they're just like the weight off their shoulders.
Uh-huh.
They're just like they've been going through this, and they actually talk about this in a later episode when Jessica's teaching about what the when a person is accused, if he really did it, how his behavior will change
Hmm.
when he is waiting for the police to interrogate him,
Right.
and that if he really did it, they're more likely to be at ease. Where a innocent person, that's when they're starting to get nervous because
Hmm.
they are stressed out because they didn't do it. You know what I
Right.
mean? So
Yeah. Yeah.
the sort of, and I don't know, like I'm not a criminologist. I don't know if that actually is accurate, but I buy it because that makes sense to me. I mean, sure,
Hmm.
if you're going through lying to people and you're not actually a sociopath, the tension that that must require in you, the release of being caught or being accused or being in the middle or being seen must be almost euphoric in a
Yeah.
weird way,
Yeah.
where you almost feel dizzy and that's why you spiral.
Right. Right.
So,
Well, it has me thinking about our favorite confessions in this show too, and the behaviors that people exhibit. I mean, in our last wrap up, we chose George Firth and what's her lovely name?
and Dusenberry,
Anne Dusenberry, who both
yeah,
do reach a level of absolute resign, right?
yes,
They're not grabbing for a knife or swinging a punch to try to get out of the room. But this
because
is
they already
different.
did what they had to do.
Yeah.
She's still going to keep going.
She's still, I mean,
And
she was there to kill again, right?
right. And what's his name from No Accounting for Murder was willing to go again because it wasn't over.
Yeah,
Until they're safe, they will keep doing this.
exactly. I don't know
Ugh,
if we mentioned that the bishop was the one who sort of emerged from the wings and stopped her. Like, oh,
hmm.
you're not alone. Nice
Yeah,
try, Mrs.
he was the
Simpson. Yeah,
detective in the wings.
yeah,
There's no
yeah.
police presence in this episode.
No, it's wild, right? Which I
Yeah.
think is kind of refreshing because we still get the stand-in or the proxy for that presence in the bishop, and we still get a Watson for Jessica in the Reverend Mother,
A
right?
woman, which doesn't happen all the
I
time.
know, and they work well together. It's very,
They do.
very nice to see, especially because they're such mates already, right?
I believe that they knew each other. Like,
Yeah,
I believe their relationship,
they have a good
where a
relationship.
lot of times the Watson is someone that she's still learning about.
Right, right,
Or it's a family member, or it's
right,
Grady. Like, it's something like that.
right.
Here, I buy it because they're really good. And she actually lets Reverend Mother uh take lead when she needs to,
Hmm.
and then steps in because she also knows she can get away with things that Reverend Mother can't.
Right, right. They're a team. They really are a
Yeah.
team. And it's refreshing and they have a real closeness and transparency with each other. I mean, she says to her, I know Sister Emily would never have killed herself. I know it. And that's all Jessica needs to hear to believe it.
Did you watch the Tom Bosley mystery series where he was a priest?
That
Is
was
it what,
called
Father Ted?
Father Ted. Yeah, I didn't watch it, no.
Nor did I. I'm
He
curious
left
now.
Murder, She Wrote to do that. Is that right?
Wait, was it Father Ted? No, it's not Father Ted. What is it?
No, that's a British series, isn't it?
Yeah, Father Tom Bosley. Sorry, audience at home, I'm getting there.
It is Father Dowling Mysteries.
Thank you.
Father Dowling Mysteries.
Father Dowling, yeah. Well, part of the thing is that that was never on in syndication
Right.
in ways that I would view it. I
Hmm.
don't even know if it's anywhere. I don't even know if
Yeah.
you can see Father Dowling.
I think you can buy it on Amazon, but I don't think it's
It's
streaming.
it's on Friendly, wherever the hell that is.
Whatever the hell it is.
Friendly, a Chicago priest teams up with a streetwise nun to solve crimes in this lighthearted
Yeah.
detective series. Let's see. Friendly, I have a feeling is like family friendly, or at the very
Hmm.
least, oh, it's like a channel. It's like Tubi, similar. It has channels. It's like Roku.
Hmm.
Um, it is $6.99 a month.
All right.
billed annually.
Add it to your
So
list,
that's
folks. Another one. That's a lot of money to pay
it is a lot of money.
at once.
It is a lot of money. Trying to see
Worth
what
it?
else is on
I
this
don't
one.
know.
Just for Father Dowling? Um,
Although, in all fairness, I have BritBox, which is like $10 a month, and I watch like one movie over and over again on that. So,
and well, we
you
got
know what?
Peacock largely
You pay
for
for
Murder
what you
She
pay
Wrote,
for.
and then it just sort of kept going.
Hmm.
But friendly. Our mission is to give you feel good quality TV for less.
Like Father
Yeah,
Dowling.
like Father Dowling. It's an
Hmm.
American run business in Denver, Colorado.
Oh my gosh, local.
Hello. See if you can get us a discount.
Maybe we can get a sponsorship. Any business owners out there, if you want to sponsor, please reach out.
Code word murder. Um, so as we say goodbye to our convent days, strong episode, strong
Strong
episode.
episode. Really strong writing here. The confluence of events between all of these outsiders at this convent is really exciting. And we kind of talk about this like every day could be droll, and then one day everything happens and everything changes. And this is kind of one of those days, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Very
Well done,
satisfying.
folks.
Very
Very, very
satisfying.
good.
Yep.
And again, it is in fact the Eileen Brennan hour, but it
Yeah.
also is surrounded by really good performances, and she makes other people better too. So
And let's not forget about Sister Emily's practically perfect penmanship. The real star.
that was what she really should have been doing with her life. If she had dedicated her life to calligraphy, she'd still be alive.
She'd still be alive. She wouldn't have that
Let's
heart
just
murmur.
remember.
Come on. How someone that weak could have such strong hand, I don't know.
Uh well, this is again, it's both both an engaging return to form for Murder She Wrote, and a lot of things that we recognize that we really
Yeah.
like in Murder She Wrote,
Yeah.
and yet is subverting in pleasant ways. Our next episode is bonkers, and in just about the right way, as
Yeah.
it is based on the Scottish play itself. In such a direct way, right down to the witches being a psychic, right down to the
Hmm.
character named Duncan. Like it's all, and yet hot tub. Like that's a
Hot
fun
tub.
one too. So looking
An
forward
in-floor
to,
hot tub.
sorry.
Sort of.
Listen, that's the dream.
That is the dream. That's how
That
you
is the
know you've
dream.
made it. That's how
However,
you know you have money. You can dig into that
every single
floor.
time that there is a hot tub in Murder She Wrote, someone dies.
Well,
Every single time. There's almost always a TV thrown into the hot tub. Just saying. It's gonna happen to Ellen Thick in a couple of years. Uh,
ooh,
let's uh let's get to it then.
let's do.
That was Old Habits Die Hard. I'm Victor Devon.
I'm petrified.
And this
And this
was
was tonight
tonight
on Murder, She
on
Wrote.
Murder She Wrote.
I love
You
him.
should have
I
done
love
that,
him.
Mrs.
I
Fletcher.
love him. And where he goes, I'll follow. I'll follow. I'll follow.
I didn't need to think things through.